Walk down any grocery store aisle and you'll see it everywhere. The words all natural plastered across boxes, bottles, and bags in warm, earthy fonts. It's on granola bars, fruit juices, frozen dinners, even snack chips. The phrase feels reassuring, like a silent guarantee that what you're buying is wholesome, pure, and free from anything artificial or harmful. It's the food industry's way of whispering, "You can trust me." But here's the problem. In most cases, all natural means almost nothing. It's one of the most overused, underregulated labels in modern marketing, a tool designed to influence your perception far more than the product itself. The average shopper sees all natural and assumes the product is made from simple, real ingredients without additives, artificial flavors, or chemical processing. You picture farm fields, clean kitchens, and recipes your grandmother might have made. The reality is far less romantic. In the United States, there is no strict, legally binding definition of all natural for most foods. The FDA has never formally regulated its use beyond a vague guideline that the term means nothing artificial or synthetic, including all color additives, regardless of source, has been added that would not normally be expected to be in the food. That's an incredibly broad and flexible definition, leaving enormous room for interpretation and exploitation. This loophole allows companies to slap all natural on products that are heavily processed, loaded with sugar, or filled with ingredients most of us wouldn't recognize. For example, high fructose corn syrup can't legally be labeled as natural because it's produced through industrial processing, but refined cane sugar, which goes through multiple chemical steps, often makes the cut. So does natural flavor, which sounds wholesome but is often created in a lab from concentrated plant or animal derivatives. These flavors can involve solvents, preservatives, and carrier agents. But as long as the original source is natural, the final ingredient gets the green light. The term is so poorly defined that even foods containing GMOs, genetically modified organisms, have been labeled all natural. While some consumers are fine with GMOs, others specifically seek to avoid them, and seeing all natural on the label can lead them to believe the product is GMO-free. Similarly, meat and poultry labeled all natural can still come from animals raised with antibiotics or growth hormones, and it says nothing about whether the animals were treated humanely. The label doesn't cover pesticide use on crops either, so your all-natural fruit juice may come from fruit sprayed with synthetic chemicals. The real power of all natural lies in the psychological effect it has on shoppers. Studies have shown that consumers are willing to pay significantly more for products labeled this way, even when the ingredients are identical to unlabeled versions. It's a form of the health halo effect. Because one aspect of a product seems healthy, we subconsciously assume the whole thing must be good for us. A bag of all-natural potato chips might still be fried in oil, loaded with salt and high in calories, but the label can make you feel better about eating them. Marketers know this, and they design packaging to reinforce the illusion. Earth-tone colors, pictures of fields, barns, or sunlit orchards, and rustic fonts all signal simplicity and wholesomeness. The word natural is often paired with others like pure, wholesome, or real, creating an emotional connection before you've even turned the package over to read the ingredients. And most people never do. One survey found that fewer than half of shoppers regularly check ingredient lists when they see a health-related claim on the front of a package. Another trick is the selective use of the label. A company might call its granola all natural because it uses oats and honey, but that same granola could also contain added sugars, refined oils, and processed additives that don't fit the consumer's idea of natural. Or a juice might be labeled all natural despite being made from concentrate that's been stripped, stored, and reconstituted with added natural flavors to replace what was lost in processing. As long as they technically comply with the loose guidelines, companies can market products in ways that mislead without breaking any laws. This isn't just about marketing spin, it can have real health consequences. People who trust all-natural labels may overconsume certain products, believing they're inherently healthier. For example, an all-natural sweetener may still spike blood sugar or contribute to weight gain. An all-natural snack bar might be just as calorie-dense as a candy bar, but because of the label, you're more likely to eat two instead of one. Over time, these small misconceptions can add up, undermining efforts to eat better or manage specific health conditions. The confusion isn't limited to the US. In many other countries, natural labeling is just as loosely defined, and companies exploit consumer assumptions the same way. Some countries have slightly stricter rules, like prohibiting natural claims on foods with artificial preservatives, but the global food industry is adept at finding loopholes. And as products move across borders, standards blur even further, making it harder for consumers to know what they're really getting. Part of the problem is that all natural plays into a deeper cultural narrative. The idea that natural automatically means better, safer, or healthier. While it's true that many natural foods are good for you, plenty of natural substances like arsenic or poisonous mushrooms are dangerous. Likewise, some synthetic ingredients are perfectly safe and even beneficial. But natural has a powerful emotional pull, one that marketing departments exploit to full effect. So how do you protect yourself from the all-natural trap? The most important step is to read ingredient labels and nutrition facts instead of relying on front-of-package claims. If a product contains a long list of additives, refined sugars, or unhealthy fats, the all-natural label won't change that. Look for transparency about sourcing and processing. Brands that truly prioritize natural ingredients are often eager to share the details. Certifications can also help, though they're not perfect. Labels like USDA Organic have stricter standards than all natural, covering everything from pesticide use to GMO content. While organic doesn't automatically mean healthier, it's generally a more reliable indicator of certain farming and processing practices. Third-party certifications for non-GMO, humane animal treatment, or fair trade can also provide more meaningful information than natural alone. Ultimately, the solution lies in being an informed, skeptical shopper. Treat all natural as a marketing phrase, not a health guarantee. Ask yourself, what does this product actually contain? How is it made? And does it fit into my overall definition of healthy eating? When you stop taking the label at face value, you take back control from the marketing machine. The food industry isn't going to voluntarily stop using all natural. It's too profitable. But if enough consumers start demanding real transparency, reading labels, and making purchasing decisions based on actual ingredients rather than buzzwords, companies will have to respond. Until then, remember that the rustic font and the green leaves on the packaging are there to sell you an image, not to tell you the whole truth. The next time you pick up a product that proudly proclaims all natural, pause for a moment, flip it over, read the fine print. You might find that what's inside has very little to do with nature at all. If this opened your eyes to the truth behind all natural labels, share it with a friend who swears by them. And if you want more no-nonsense breakdowns of the marketing tricks used to influence your shopping cart, hit that like button and subscribe. You'll never look at food packaging the same way again.